In an interview on CBS yesterday, Senate Majority Leader John Thune appeared uncertain about whether all of President-elect Trump's cabinet picks would be confirmed.
I think that I suspect a lot of them will get through, and we'll see about all of them. Remains to be seen, but I think that's why we have the process and give all of these nominees an opportunity to make their case.
You've said you have to see if Democrats play ball or not, but you don't need Democrats to get these through. So does that mean you already know some of your Republican senators won't vote to confirm Kash Patel at the FBI or Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon?
We don't have, at this point, I don't think, clarity on that. I think these are nominees who are new enough. They've been going around and conducting their meetings, which I think, frankly, have gone very well. But they still have to make their case in front of the committee. And, we don't know all the information about some of these nominees. I think we know a lot about them, but they deserve a fair process.
Those remarks come as CBS also reports Thune has privately told Trump he believes Pete Hegseth will have enough votes to be confirmed as Secretary of Defense. That's according to 3 sources. Joining us now, senior NBC News national politics reporter Jonathan Allen. My friend, thank you for joining us. Just first, get your take on what Thune said about Hegseth's future and the rest of the cabinet in waiting.
So I promise to answer your question, but first, on behalf of your many fans, myself included,
thank you.
Congratulations.
We will do mimosas right after the segment. I'm going to keep this right over here. Thank you, my friend.
Look, I think if you're John Thune, you don't know exactly how your senators are going to vote. You know that some of them are still reluctant to vote for a couple of these candidates, very worried about what might happen if those people were in charge. I think Donald Trump has picked a variety of people who would be disruptive, and I don't mean that in a pejorative sense per se, but I think that's something that the senators want to really look at, and particularly with Hegseth, there's some stuff in his background, his personal background, his conduct in the past that I think is concerning.
Yeah, everything from allegations of misuse of alcohol to misuse of funds, and then, of course, other allegations about being unfaithful in his marriages, and of course, the sexual violence allegations as well. All of that part and parcel to the Hegseth nomination. It's crucial. And
treatment of women in the charity that he operated, right? Just beyond beyond the women outside of that, just the treatment of women who work there. The Pentagon is a huge organization with many women working there, and they need to have faith in their leadership that they're going to be treated fairly. And so I think that's going to be a consideration, not just not just for the Democratic senators, but for a lot of the Republican senators as well.
I want to pivot away from the Hill for a second because I want to get your take on some new reporting that I have this morning. 4 prominent current and former Congressional Black Caucus members are endorsing former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley for DNC chair. That includes one-time CBC chair Marcia Fudge, former January 6th committee chair Benny Thompson, and others, saying in a statement to NBC News, quote, "Democrats are at a crossroads and we need a change now." Of course, the DNC election is set to be held on February 1st. It's a 5-way contest at this point. But when you see these members weighing in favor of O'Malley, after Schumer himself made himself the highest-ranking Democrat to weigh in on behalf of Ben Wickler out in Wisconsin, what does this tell you about the race?
It tells me that there's a real division, real factionalization with the party, and some of it is ideological, and some of it is more practical. One set of endorsers seeing someone as stronger than the other for a variety of things. But what's fascinating about these members of Congress in particular, Benny Thompson, Marcia Fudge, former member of Congress, they are extraordinarily influential within the African-American community, particularly the sort of political elite of the African-American community, and their word is going to go a long way. It's probably not just in terms of their influence, but also who they represent. So you know who might be, riding with them into a storm. They're extraordinarily close with Jim Clyburn. They're extraordinarily close with Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader. And so, this is good news for Martin O'Malley.
I definitely think that's the case. When I saw this news and was able to report it, I thought for sure this is one of those things that when you know the behind the scenes way that things function, these are the key people who have sway within the party. And look, for these folks, we're about to set into a month of forums. This is the start of picking the DNC chair. It's far from over, but the battle is heating up. Senior NBC News national politics reporter Jonathan Allen, thank you for joining us. That was way too early for this Monday morning. Morning Joe starts right now.